Hello crafty friends, I'm Lien from Studio Kato and I'm so happy to be back on the Syberia Designs YouTube channel, and today I am sharing a fun shaker project that I made for the August Syberia Designs Inspiration Challenge. So we are going to do a monthly challenge here at Syberia Designs. We are going to give you a prompt, so a technique or a theme to work with, and also a color palette to work with. I chose to work with both, but if you want to participate in the challenge, I will leave all the information in the description below. There's a link to the blog post. If you want to participate in the challenge, you can this month create either a shaker card, which is the prompt, or work with the colors, or do both, just whatever works for you, whatever inspires you. I'll give you a little bit more information throughout this video, but let's get into what I'm doing to create my shaker. I'm first starting by creating a ink smooshed background. So I am using some Concord 9th ink cubes and I'm smooshing those onto a slick surface. This is just a laminated sheet of white cardstock. And I am spritzing them with water and I'm pressing a piece of watercolor cardstock into that little mess. And it creates a beautiful watercolor background. I do work in layers for this because that creates more texture. So in between each layer, I like to heat set it with my Wow Jewel Speed Heat tool. And I like to add splatter here and there as well. So I splattered on some, just some water to take away some of the ink, to lift it. And now I'm also going to splatter on some of the ink colors that I used in this background, just to create some darker spots here and there. Once again, I am heat setting everything with my heat tool, just so I can make sure that the spots don't run into each other. The water will reactivate the layer that's below it, but you still get a lot more texture when you heat set in between. Now, this is not all I am going to do for the background, but let's focus on my sentiment. So I am going to create a custom sentiment with the Foxtrot alphabet die set from Syberia Designs, which I love. It has such a cute font. And I planned my sentiment out. It says, "Hope your day is happy," so I can use it as a birthday card or whatever I want, really. It's a good sentiment for that. And underneath my little letters on the post-it note, I have written numbers, and those are the numbers that I assigned to cardstock colors. So I have planned out my sentiment. I know which letter I want to cut out of which cardstock color, and that is going to help me a lot because especially with such a long sentiment, sometimes I just forget that I cut a letter, and just having it written out on a post-it note helps me a ton. Now, what also helps me is adding some foam tape behind the cardstock that I'm going to die cut before I die cut it. This is going to create pretty much what is essentially a puffy sticker, a puffy letter sticker, a puffy alphabet sticker. So if you add some foam tape behind your cardstock before die cutting it, it will die cut through perfectly. And you're going to have some dimension behind your letter without having to die cut it multiple times. And especially with alphabet sentiments, I think that is very helpful because you already have to die cut a bunch of pieces. Now, this goes pretty quickly because I have a system down by now. I know how tall I have to cut the foam tape. And I know how tall I have to cut the paper as well. I just use some scraps. I cut them up into even smaller pieces. And then I just put some foam tape behind them and add the die on top. It works really, really well. And it also helps to arrange your sentiment because that foam tape is sticky, but it's not super sticky. So what I like to do is I like to arrange my sentiment onto a piece of baking paper. This is made to unstick things from it. So anything like that, parchment paper works. I think, sticker release paper will work as well if you have that laying around. Just anything like that has like an oily slick surface that you can press your letters on top of, and with the foam tape they will stay in place. So you can perfectly arrange your sentiment however you want it. And then I am going to pick this all up with some magical press and seal. Because arranging a sentiment like this on top of your card right off the bat is extremely stressful. I would never do that. So instead, I do this. I arrange it on top of a piece of parchment paper, and then I pick it all up with a piece of press and seal. Just make sure that you really press into those letters, especially the glitter cardstock. You really want to make sure it's picked up, because otherwise it's going to be wonky and you're going to have to rearrange some letters after all. So just make sure you press really well on that press and seal when you pick up your letters. Now, I did say that I was going to spice up that ink smooshed background a little bit more, and I die-cut it with the Tiny Crosses cover die from Syberia Designs. I pressed out just a few of the crosses. I left most of them in. I was very happy that the die left some of them in, because sometimes that doesn't happen. And I put a piece of pink cardstock behind it. And then I put double-sided tape all around the edges on the back of the piece, and I'm wrapping a piece of plastic around it. Just some really thin acetate will work. Any packaging of your stamp and die sets works perfectly. I just have a roll of this laying around to like wrap gift baskets or flowers or something like that. But yeah, you can absolutely reuse your packaging. It's probably way better for the environment if you do that. And this creates a little shaker pouch. So I close 3 of the sides, and then I can add my little shaker elements. Now this is closed perfectly on all sides, so you can absolutely use some tiny glitter if you want. It's not gonna come out. I used a little bit more chunky glitter, some gold stars, and a few little sequins as well. Now I'm just going to close up that final 4th edge, and then I'm going to add some more double-sided adhesive as well to adhere this on top of my card panel. Now a little bit more about the Syberia Designs monthly challenge. By participating in the challenge, you get the chance to win a £30 gift card to the Syberia Design store, which is an amazing prize. And all you have to do is create a new crafty project that you haven't posted anywhere else before, inspired by the challenge prompt or the challenge colors, or both like I did here. And you just post them wherever you post your cards or your tags or your scrapbooking pages. Any crafty project will work for this, as long as the focus is on Syberia Designs products. You can post this anywhere you want, on Instagram or Facebook or your blog. All you have to do is go to our blog post. Again, I will leave a link below. And at the bottom of that blog post, there is a link to share your projects, and all you have to enter there is the link where you posted your project, whether that is your blog or your Facebook or your Instagram page. Then all that's left to do is submit your projects by August 26th, which is the deadline. And then we will pick a random winner for the gift card, and we will also share our top favorite projects of the month in a blog post to give some credit where credit is due. So I hope to see a ton of amazing projects from you guys in that inspiration challenge. Again, all the information is linked in the description below. Just go to the blog post if anything was unclear. You can also see more inspiration there from the design team and from some guest designers if you are stuck with the color scheme, or if you want some different ways to create shakers. We have a ton of fun shaker projects up on the blog right now, and I love seeing all the glitter. Also really clever shaker projects as well. I would never have thought of some of those. I hope you like the video. I hope you participate in the challenge as well. Please leave a thumbs up on this video if you liked it. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you're excited about the challenge, if you're as excited about this as we are. And make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel because we have some new designers joining us on YouTube as well from now on. So you will see tons of inspiration here, not just from me anymore. So I hope to see you subscribe, and I hope you like the video. Thank you so much for watching.